You know that feeling? It's 2 in the morning, the house is totally quiet, but your mind is just racing. You're thinking about your kid, their tablet, and you're asking yourself that same nagging question, am I messing them up by letting them watch one more show? If this sounds even a little bit familiar, I promise you, you are so not alone. So let's talk about how to get past the panic and actually find some real clarity. Okay, get this number, 73%. That is the percentage of parents who are right there with you, lying awake at night, stressed out about their child's screen time. That's not just a statistic, that's a massive shared anxiety we're all dealing with. So, are you part of that 73% club? Hey, it is completely understandable if you are. But what if we could trade that panic for plan? What if we could feel confident instead of conflicted? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down in this explainer. All right, first things first, we need to completely reframe the problem. For years, we've been told that technology is the bad guy. But what if the real source of all the fights and tension in our homes is actually something else? So here's the big shift. Our instinct is to blame the screen, right? The phone, the tablet, the TV. But more and more research is pointing to two other things: the context of that screen time, and get this, our own anxiety about it. Yeah, the problem isn't just the device, it's our fearful, panicked approach to it. And this isn't just a theory. The American Academy of Pediatrics basically gave us all a huge wake-up call. They found that all our anxiety and panic doesn't protect our kids. It actually backfires. It leads to more family conflict and makes our kids shut down. It turns the screen into this forbidden, shiny prize they want even more. So this leads us to a much, much smarter way to look at this. Instead of staring at the device, we need to turn around and look at our child. We need to understand their unique personality and specifically their ability to self-regulate. And that brings us to this absolute game changer of a concept: impulse control. What is it? Simply put, it's the brain's brake pedal. It's the ability to stop doing something you love, like playing a game, and switch to something you have to do, like homework. Kids who struggle with this don't need more punishment. They need more support and totally different strategies when it comes to technology. So, how can you tell if this is a factor for your kid? Well, you can look for some pretty clear signs. We're talking about those explosive, earth-shattering meltdowns when the iPad has to be turned off. Or maybe they just seem totally uninterested in anything that doesn't have a screen. These aren't just bad behaviors, they're clues about their self-regulation skills. And beyond just impulse control, there are other real-world red flags. And the key here is to trust what you're seeing with your own eyes, not some scary story you read on the internet. Are they pulling away from the family? Are their grades taking a nosedive? These are the tangible signs that actually matter. And this is so, so critical. Context is everything. Check this out. A 2023 study found that kids using educational apps saw their reading scores jump by 23%. That's huge. But kids who were just passively watching videos, zero academic benefit. It's not about if they're on a screen, it's about what they're doing on it. You know, all of this points to a major pivot in our job description as parents. We have got to stop being the screen time police, constantly monitoring and restricting. It's time to become their technology coach, helping them build skills that are actually going to last a lifetime. I mean, just think about it for a second. Parental controls are a temporary fix. They're a Band-Aid. Your teen is going to have a phone and internet access with zero restrictions someday. The real question is, when that day comes, will they have the skills to handle that freedom? That's our real job. So, how do we coach? Well, we start by asking better questions. We build their self-awareness. So instead of saying, get off that phone, you've been on it for too long, try asking something like this. Hey, what did you notice about how you felt after you were scrolling for an hour? See the difference? It's not an attack, it's an invitation for them to think. Or you can try connecting the dots to their physical health. Asking something like, how do you think your sleep was affected last night? Helps them see the cause and effect for themselves. You're not lecturing them, you're just guiding them to their own conclusion, which is always, always more powerful. And this one might be the most powerful of all because it brings them into the solution. You ask a question that empowers them. What would help you remember to take breaks? All of a sudden, you're not enemies fighting over a screen, you're a team, working together to build a healthy habit. Now, of course, coaching is going to look different based on their age. For younger kids, it's all about setting clear, consistent limits and choosing what they watch with them. For tweens and teens, it shifts. It becomes about collaboration, having real discussions, and yeah, sometimes letting them feel the natural consequences of their choices. Okay, I know. That was a lot of information. So
Where on earth do you even start? Let's make it super, super simple. Here's a 3-step action plan you can literally start using today to bring down the anxiety and build up that connection.
Here it is. It's that simple. Step 1, for 1 week, just observe. No new rules, no lectures, no judgment. Just notice. Step 2, have one conversation. Just one. Use one of those coaching questions we just talked about. And step 3, create one daily moment. It could be dinner, a walk, 5 minutes at bedtime. That is a guaranteed screen-free connection ritual. That's it. It's simple, it's manageable, and it's incredibly powerful.
Because ultimately, if there is only one thing you take away from all of this, please let it be this. Your child's future isn't going to be determined by the number of minutes they spend on a screen. It's going to be determined by the strength of the connection you build with them. So let's stop obsessing over the minutes and start focusing on the relationship. A strong connection is the best, most effective tool you have for raising a kid who can navigate this digital world with confidence and with wisdom. And that is something you can finally get some sleep over.